You're watching Business Access TV.
Business Access.
Business Access.
Business Access.
Business Access.
You are watching Business Access TV.
Business Access TV.
Serious about business.
Serious about business.
Business Access TV is here at Mingle with the Spirits by the National Rums of Jamaica. I'm your host, Amita Prasad, but please stay tuned for highlights.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the board, other stakeholders, to you all I extend a warm and spirited welcome. I'm just picking up from Damien, so forgive me. Season's greetings to everyone, because it is that time of year. I know some persons may not celebrate Christmas, so we say season's greetings. National Rums of Jamaica is the owner of the award-winning Monimus rum brand. It's the holding company for Clarendon Distillers Limited and, of course, Long Pond Distillers Limited. I go through that because I keep hearing that we are the best-kept secret, and we don't want that to be the case anymore. We have gotten to the point where the secret is not a secret anymore. We have been in the business since the 17th century. For those of who are mathematically inclined, that is over 300 years. And as such, we can boast that we export some of the finest branded and bulk pot and column still rums from the island. As we seek to broaden our distribution footprint, we have invited you here tonight to witness the launch of our new packaging in the form of what we call a 70 cl or a 700 ml, if my mathematics is correct, where we will be bottling all of our expressions. Now, someone might say 70 cl, 700 ml. Most of our rums within the Jamaican market are bottled in 750 ml. For some markets, that there's a requirement that you come in at 700. And what we at National Rums, through the Monimus brand, is doing is to making the changes that are necessary to ensure that we can access other markets. Our Monimus White Overproof rum, our Monimus Whispering Breeze coconut flavored liqueur, our Monimus Special Gold, and they're all up here. I know we'll get to them very shortly. Our Monimus Classic Gold Rum, as the distinction of winning an award at the Miami Rum Festival. And our Monimus Special Reserve Rum, also having the distinction of having won an award at the Miami Renaissance Rum Festival. These are all the expressions that we will be bottling in the 70 cl package so as to allow us to move into other markets that we are very advanced in terms of our discussions with. So as you would have realized, National Rums of Jamaica, we are rolling out a new pack type, which is our 70 cl bottles. Those bottles are a requirement to enter the European market, and as such, we have developed business relationships there, and we have actually created that pack type to ensure that the rum can be available in that market, again to satisfy consumer needs. Monimus Rums is world renowned. We produce some of the finest rums from Jamaica, and it's our intention to ensure that the global village is able to benefit from our rums. So as we look at different markets, we look at the requirements, the regulations, and we come back in-house and we tweak, modify to ensure that we can in fact satisfy the requirements to enter those markets. A robust sugar industry is needed to support the local supply of molasses for our industry. And we know the state of sugar. It's a very difficult situation, if I might speak above my pay grade. But the reality is that this sugar industry is needed. One of the other things I want us to consider is raising the profile of rum, and of course, policing from a geographical indication standpoint to ensure that we underpin rum standards and protect our brands. Rum is rum when it conforms to the standards that are established for it to be called rum. Nothing else, nothing less. And of course, I touched on the corporate and social responsibility. Whilst we as an industry will continue to speak about this and to not just speak but to act in a way which ensures that we are being responsible, this needs to be extended to our partners. There are several other related partners who promote, who do the festivities, and they too have a responsibility, ladies and gentlemen, in ensuring that the corporate social responsibility is executed to the length and breadth of our society. Another touchy point that we probably need to be considering also, which speaks to fertigation as a modality in terms of waste disposal and soil improvement. We must give consideration, ladies and gentlemen, to this, as a number of other territories within the region are doing. Let us not be left behind.
Let me just say that we consider our involvement in the rum business through the National Rums of Jamaica, where Jamaica is a 1/4 partner, to be very, very important from the standpoint of the need to diversify our sugarcane base. We have had significant challenges in the industry, and frankly speaking, if we didn't have a rum industry, the pressure would have been that much greater, because it is that segment of the industry that seemed to be able to compete because we have added value to the sugar. So the rum industry and the National Rums of Jamaica really represents what the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries is all about. The rationale I suspect for the Prime Minister putting those subjects together is to underscore and promote the natural synergies between agriculture and industry. In fact, if we really look at it and be objective, all major industries in Jamaica, apart perhaps from bauxite, are really agricultural based. And the sugar industry represents, in my view, the finest example of a totally vertically integrated industry in Jamaica, from the raw material in the cane fields, to the molasses, to the rum, to the branded products, of which we are very famous for. So it is something that epitomizes what the ministry is all about.
We go to a short break, but more when we return. welcome back to Business Access TV's coverage of Mingle with the Spirits.
In 2006, Demerara Distillers, West Indian Rum Distilleries of Barbados, and Diageo, the world's largest spirit company, were invited, and we signed an agreement to recapitalize National Rums of Jamaica. So the capital injected into the company at that time allowed it to access EU funding to modernize its operations. And so today we have a very modern production facility. I would say one of the most modern in the Caribbean. And so the partnership that evolved out of that agreement has been a very good one for the company, for Jamaica, and I would say for the Caribbean. That agreement, I thought, was very strategic from a Caribbean rum point of view, because it brought together producers from 3 territories, competing, as it were, for their own market share, but looking at a bigger picture, a picture where there is a global market to be conquered, where there are the opportunities to share best practices, and where we could go to the world and offer fantastic rums from 3 of the best origins of the Caribbean. The U.S. is the world's largest premium spirit market, but it's a very regulated market. It's a market where you need to have an importer who is licensed and who sells to authorized wholesalers in each state, and those wholesalers then sell to the retailer. But you need to go through those 3 stages of the distribution process if you are to get to the ultimate consumer. So Money Musk is in discussion with an importer, and once the formal processes are completed, such as registration with the relevant authorities, I think we're going to see Money Musk brand starting to increase its presence in the U.S. market.
Your official launch wasn't too long ago. How has it been thus far in regards to Money Musk?
I think we've had very good consumer reaction to the Money Musk brand. I think that's a start. But to grow the brand, you need to build distribution. And that is where we are now, building distribution in key markets so that consumers can have ready access to the product.
We're actually involved as well in fertigation, which is really the application of the waste done from the plant. We're in the things of planting cane. We're involved in cane cultivation as well. In that sense, we're in fact utilizing the canes that we plant for disgorging dunder, which is the waste from the plant, on the canes.
Talk to us about that.
Well, it's an environmental concern in many other Caribbean islands. I think they have other methods of disposal of the waste from the plant. Here in Jamaica, we're guided by the environmental agency NEPA. What we're doing is really involved in a cane cultivation. We're in fact utilizing the waste from the plant as the nutrients for the canes.
Well, we're very excited to be a distributor for the Money Musk line of products. We think it's an excellent product. We support a lot of Jamaican-made products, and we find that the Money Musk rums are very good products. It's recent on the market, but it's a growing brand, and I think it will do very well here and internationally, and we are very happy to be a part of this process.
What is the feedback like on the ground from more local consumers?
The feedback from the consumers has been very good, those that have tried it. We get a lot of repeat purchases. We just want to get more repeat purchases and more people trying it. But the feedback is a very good quality rum. The red rum is excellent, the white rum is excellent. People like the product. It's a quality product, and it's going to do very well.
Well, the master blender obviously develops its product innovation. He develops the product and obviously creates new products for the market as well. The quality assurance manager, as the name speaks or suggests, he's in charge of the quality, ensures that the quality of the rum, whether it be bulk or branded, is within specs and meets the customer's requirements.
You mentioned the creation of new products. Does Money Musk have anything coming out for next year?
Well, let us keep tight-lipped on that one. It could be a big surprise.
And that's it from us here at Mingle with the Spirits. I've been your host, Amita Prasad Webb, and thank you for watching Business Access TV, serious about business.